Okay, I gotta get my voice together for this one, y'all. Let me drink a little something. Y'all ready? Here we go. Hey, 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 I'm Cara D. Thank you for coming to have Girl Talk with me on my podcast, I'm My Feelings. I'll be discussing things that'll have you reflecting, but also have you intrigued. Have a seat and let's start this healing journey together. And also remember, the growth never stops. They say hustlers don't stop, they keep going. Oh my gosh, y'all gotta. Oh, that wasn't it. Yeah, that was the little thing that covered a little mic. But hey, y'all, it's Cara. Welcome to another episode of I'm My Feelings. How y'all doing? I hope everybody is feeling blessed and highly favored because I know that I am. Y'all asked how I was doing. Well, I told y'all anyway, so it don't even matter. But yeah, how y'all been? How y'all been? Because hustlers don't stop. They keep going. Even if they stop for about 2 weeks. But we still here. Stop judging me. Judge your mama. Don't judge me. I'm here. Okay? I'm here. In the flesh. Nah, I lie. I'm here in your ear. You know? Yeah, I'm not gonna say that I'm high, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So this may be a high edition, but I do be talking some real shit when I'm high. So that stay with me though. Stay with me. But anywho, y'all asked me how these past 2 weeks been. Well, Cara, how have your 2 weeks been? My 2 weeks has been it was semi-eventful, semi. I ain't even gonna say nothing too crazy because I'll be lying if I said that. But, I mean, let's just get right into it. First and foremost, at my job, right? We got a new supervisor. And chick, I don't know how old she is, whatever. But she come in and she's on like this power trip, right? She's on this power trip to a point where it's just like, ma'am, calm down. So within the first week of her being there, you know how you have like your work besties? Or I'm sorry, your work bestie. I mean, some of y'all may have work besties, but I just have a work bestie one, right? So my work bestie, she's Jamaican. She's hot-headed. So out of the two friends, I'm the calm friend, right? I'm the peaceful friend. I'm the peacemaker. I keep her level-headed, right? Out of the both of us, if you had to choose who go crash out, it would be her. It won't be me, right? Because remember, I'm the peacemaker. I'm peace and harmony, right? Right. Okay. So she's complaining. I'm not even going to say she's complaining. Technically, I mean, it was a complaint. But she's expressing, I'm going to put it this way. She's expressing how she's feeling about a situation at work. So she's sitting up here. She's pretty much letting it be known how she feels about the situation at hand. So I'm trying to calm her down, and I'm the type of person, I'm gonna bring some logic into this thing. So she's on the overtime list, and she was expressing that she has a piece. For the people who know, yeah. When you have a piece, you're taking something off of another route. But she's also double casing. Double casing is when before you case your route, you have to case another route. So they want her to case another route, case her route, and then the route that is not her route, they want her to take a piece off of it. like an hour or two piece. And she's like, other people is on the overtime list. I shouldn't be the one. Other people is on the overtime list that don't have a piece. So I shouldn't have even have a piece off of this route. And I double cased it. So I'm like, well, friend, you actually signed up for this. Yep, I understand it's not fair, but this is what you signed up for. So supervisor supervisor comes in. Well, she comes over and she's just standing there. So I went to her on some friendly tip, trying to make her, feel welcome, things of that sort. And I'm telling her what's going on, and she's like, "Oh, you're wasting your time telling me this." Yeah, if my head, if I could like legit, my head turn all the way around, it would have. And I'm like, okay. At that point, I knew what type of timing that I had to be on when it came to her. And right now, to this day, she already know. So now it's to the point where she's like, well, did you move to the street? And I'm like, well, you said that we got to move to the street by 9:30. It's only 9:11. Mind y'all, I done cased my route. I done pulled down. I'm about to be out the door. But, I like to run my mouth from time to time before I go ahead and head out. So, she's like, oh, but you're not doing any work. So I look down I look down literally at my route that I done pulled down. I said, are you serious right now? So we done had a few words. So my work bestie, she was like, she called me by my last name. She was like, just go. She was like, don't say nothing else, just go. So then another one of my coworkers, they was like, because they called me by my first name, she was like, don't even worry about this. Just go ahead and just head out the door. So at this point, Shouty, we will call her Miss Important because that's what she want to be. Miss Important. She wants me to move to the street. So I looked at her. I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. I know, very much childish. At that point, I don't even care. Like all the maturity, my maturity level that I'm supposed to have in the workplace, all of that shit went out the window. I'm like, yeah, no. So I'm like, well, now I have to go to the bathroom. Now I'm really not about to move to the street. I'm really not about to do what you want me to do. So, and I even told her, I said, oh, so pretty much what I'm saying to you is a waste of time because you want me to do something that you want me to do. Okay. I don't do too well with, I don't have a problem with somebody telling me what to do. I lie. I do. I definitely do have a problem with somebody telling me what to do because at the end of the day, we are all grown in here. We are not children. You don't tell me what to do. You ask me to do something. You don't tell me what to do. And that's how she was treating like everybody in the office. Like we was children. Even men that was older than her. So come to find out, it was actually one of the older men, one of the older carriers that that had seniority. She rounded like they had like a few words. Like he was about to go back and forth with her or whatever. And I didn't find that out until later on that day. So then the next day me and him talked. And he was like, oh, I heard you had a few choice words with your supervisor. So I looked at him and I said, oh, but I heard you was about to get there. So we bust out laughing or whatever. So now it's to the point where it seems like all the carriers was on demon time at that point. It's just like, now we finna make your time here a living hell. And I know she felt uncomfortable because the next day, y'all gonna hit my baby. The next day, she walked past me and like she had this grin on her face. And she was like, good morning. I looked at her ass and I kept on fucking walking. So the Libra in me is Libering, right? I know that whatever. The Libra in me is Libering. When I don't fuck with you, yeah, no. I'm gonna walk past you like I don't know you. Okay. So now it's to the point where she's quiet. She ain't saying nothing to anybody in the office because ain't nobody fucking with her, but everybody talking like real loud. Like we letting it be known. Yeah, you done chose the right office. You done definitely chose the right office. You done rub people in this office the wrong way. And she knew it. So now we gonna bring it back to today. Today, she done, when I tell you she done piped that thing all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Like that high horse that she was on coming up in the office, yeah, she done went ahead and stepped off that high horse because we went on that bullshit. It's a difference. You can come in and you can try to change things in the office. We don't have a problem with it. It's the way that you try to go about it that we have a problem with. Don't try to come in here at like you head bitch in charge and like you finna whip us into shape like this a plantation. No, that absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, without us carriers, don't none of this shit move. None of it. So yeah, that's with the whole new supervisor thing. Now, the Lion King. So me and one of my mom's friends, the one that child is the same age as my daughter, we end up taking our kids to the Lion King. The show within itself was amazing. It really was. But the things that went on in the show, not in the show, the event that went on at the show, it was a shit show, y'all. Like it was crazy. So we end up getting into it with an older man. Come to find out, he was actually 80 years old. But we end up getting into it with him. We end up getting into it with some Spanish chick, but she the one that kind of pretty much like started it off because she got into it with us. She got into it with two other chicks. So yeah, she was pretty much the shit starter, right? Okay. Needless to say, I'm gonna put it this way: when you go to an event that allow kids to come, expect for kids to have outbursts to when it comes to like them really enjoying themselves, especially kids that are on the spectrum. It got to a point where, because the older guy was sitting next to me, and the Spanish chick, she was drunk, but she was sitting in the row below us to the far right. But it got to a point where, because it was the older guy, me, and then my child sitting on my left side. He was sitting on my right. He he had the nerve to damn near lean in front of me and literally yell. Pretty much, he said, "You need to shut the hell up" at my child. And I'm not gonna say I snapped. All I'm gonna say is I got him up out of her face. Right? It got to a point where police was called and they made their statements. And then come to find out he was 80 years old. Didn't know that. I had to get him up out of my child's face. So at the end of the day, you're not going to talk to my child. And any parent is not going to allow you to talk to their child any kind of way. And the fact that you felt like it was okay for you to yell in front of a parent. If you have been enjoying this week's episode of I Have My Feelings thus far and you would like to give the show some support, please click the link in the show notes below or consider leaving a review through Apple Podcasts. Now let's go ahead and get back to the show. At their child and tell the child you need to shut the hell up, that it blows my mind. It blows the fuck out of me. Excuse my language. But yeah, so that was, needless to say, we did not see the ending of Lion King. Like the last 20 minutes. Mind you, this show is like 2 hours and some change long. They waited until 20 minutes until the show is about to end to call and want to complain about my child. And honestly, she was just enjoying herself. Yes, she did have outbursts, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I was trying to like keep her calm because I know how she can get, but it wasn't to a point where it was just like overbearing or really disturbing. So other parents that who kids is on the spectrum, they was coming up to us apologizing. It was like, yeah, they was complaining about us as well. One more time, for the people, if you have a problem with kids, don't go to an event where they allow kids to come, especially the Lion King. Okay, one more time, this is my last time. If you have a problem with kids, do not go to an event where they allow kids to come. Okay? You just stick to the older, you just stick to the events where it's only for adults, because y'all, the way that, okay, I ain't gonna spend too much long on that, but it was a hot mess. A hot freaking mess. What else happened within these 2 weeks? The shit was crazy. Uh that's all I can really think of as of right now to like tell y'all. But nevertheless, I digress. We're gonna go ahead and move to this week's topic. So therapy is now in session. So this week I wanted to talk about like the calling. So a lot of people say like they didn't really find themselves until like they answer the call. And pretty much when it comes to the call, it's just like their calling in life. For one, what does the calling look or sound like? Because for me, um, I kind of feel like this is my calling. Like this whole me doing this podcast, me telling y'all how I feel, giving y'all my point of views in life and like certain in different situations. Because first and foremost, like in my day-to-day life, I have individuals calling me and, asking for my input when it comes to certain things. Because, like I said before, I'm a very logical person. I like to bring logic in situations. And I feel like in order for me, I feel like I can really help people. I feel like I can really help people. And the way for me to actually get myself really out there like that, I feel like this is a great way to do so. Now, when it came to like me starting this whole podcast, I used to ponder on it a lot, like a lot. And then it got to a point where if 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 something is like really nudging you, like really really nudging you, because I really do enjoy like creating episodes when it comes to my whole little setup. I really do enjoy it because it gives me a chance to really express myself, because like I said before, I'm the type of person, I will hold things in until baby I have exploded. So yeah, this helps me. And in a sense, this actually helps other people for me not blowing the hell up on them. So I'm able to talk out my little issues and kind of, because like, okay, for an example, they say journaling that helps you to kind of like reflect on situations and see like where you went wrong and things of that sort. This is like my journaling, like me speaking. And yeah, because I do like to talk. I really, really do like to talk. I like to hold conversations. I like to talk to people like on a deeper level, kind of like pick their brain just to kind of see where they are in life and see if they are the type of person that I could have deep conversations with. And I feel like on here, I can do that. Yes, I know I'm talking to myself. Well, technically I'm talking to y'all, but technically I am talking to myself. But I am able to give my point of view when it comes to maybe situations or topics that I may not feel comfortable like talking to other people about. Y'all don't know me. I don't know y'all. So it's easier to talk to people that you really don't know. Yes, y'all may judge me, but I don't know that y'all judging me. I don't. And clearly, if y'all have gotten this far, I gotta be quite entertaining. I have to be. Because you're not gonna just sit up here and listen to somebody that you don't find entertaining. Even if you are judging me. Whoop de doo. But you still kinda you're interested in what I have to say. So like yeah, that's why I feel like this is my calling. But anywho, back to what I was saying. Like, what does the calling sound? What does your calling sound and looks like? And like, how do you know like this is your calling? So, it seems like when it comes to the thing that you so called feel is your calling in life, it seems like it just drops in your lap, like out of the blue. So, for my spiritual people, if you are, yeah, for my spiritual people, you would know about intuitive downloads. So, whoever you pray to, they will pretty much like give you ideas, and it's up to you on if you take a leap of faith towards those. If you take a leap of faith towards those ideas that you miraculously came up with, whoever you pray to, they will kind of like, I'm not even gonna say kind of, they will guide you to like what they feel or what you really should be doing in life. And that's what I mean about like your calling or pretty much dropping your lap, because it's just, of course, everything, it comes as an idea first and foremost. But then it gets to a point where when you start pulling or moving towards, like, stay with me, when you start moving towards like that idea to like bring it to reality, it seems like everything just kind of like starts falling in line. Now, the road may not be smooth, but it's smooth enough for you to keep on going, right? And then it's like you fall in love with that very thing that is your calling. You really enjoy it. You like the joy that it brings. It really makes you happy and it feels right to do. That's how you would know like what your calling is. First and foremost, it drops in your lap. For two, it's like everything starts to align when it comes to you pulling off this idea that you feel as if it is your calling. And for three, it feels good. It brings you joy and you really like what you are doing. And that's where the saying comes in at, where they say, damn, what the hell do they say? Oh, do what you love. Do what you love so it doesn't feel like work. And this, I actually love doing it. Now, have I gotten to a point where, oh, does it feel like work? It does feel like work. It does. But I'm trying to be more consistent with it to a point where it comes natural to me. And then it does not feel like work. But as of right now, I'm going to be honest with you. It really does feel like work. But I really do enjoy getting on here, talking. And it feels like everything is like lining up when it comes to keep pushing forward with this very thing. So, do I feel like this is my calling? Like I said before early on, yes, I do. I do. So, whatever you feel, whatever idea that you have in life, and you have not taken that leap of faith towards it, do it. Because at the end of the day, don't nothing fail but a try. Don't nothing fail but a try. And you got that idea. Whoever you pray to gave you that idea for a reason, because whoever you pray to feels as if you're the right person to pull that idea off. It doesn't matter if everybody is doing it, but at the end of the day, everybody is not doing it like you. Okay? Okay. Alrighty now. Now, let me go ahead and drop a few gems on y'all real quick. Okay, so you know how when you was being brought up in the world, in life, and there were certain lessons, certain things that you was taught as a child, as a teenager, and as a young adult, right? But now that you have evolved in this world and you are seeing the world through your eyes and not through somebody else's eyes, the things that you was taught while growing up, you don't necessarily see it as right or the right way to do things or handle situations. Well, let me just give you an earful for a second. You can't break generational curses still trying to please that very generation that you learned all of these things that you deem is not right. Just to be completely honest with you, you gonna ruffle somebody's feathers. You are. Because it gets to a point where people feel as if like their way of doing things is the correct way because, oh, well, this how my parents taught me to do it. Okay, well, let's think about it for a second. Yes, that may be the way that your parents, your grandparents, the people that raised you, that's how they may have taught you, but was it necessarily right? Think about it. How me growing up, I used to get my, I'm not going to say I used to get whoopings like that. I didn't. Okay. I'm not even going to say me being brought up. The generations older than me, they used to say, oh, well, my neighbor used to be able to whoop me. My teachers used to be able to whoop me. And it's just like, how can you really sit up here? So I'm just supposed to allow somebody that don't even really know my child like that. I'm just supposed to be okay with them tearing their ass up just because, oh, it takes a village to raise a child. Yes, it does take a village to raise a child, but at the end of the day, all of these people is not going to be laying hands on my baby just because they feel like, oh, just because my child want to speak up for herself, just because my child want to have a voice in this world. That's what I mean by that. You gonna ruffle somebody's feathers, and that's where that black sheep comes in at. Now, if you're not ready to be that black sheep, then don't sit up here and try to break these generational curses that you see going on within these families. If you still wanna please the generations or please these people that pretty much raise you, then you just go ahead and stay quiet. Because at the end of the day, as soon as when you start speaking up for yourself and what you feel is right, that's when people have a problem with it. Okay? Okay. I just want to drop a few gems on y'all real quick when it came to that. But what did I do this week to elevate my life? Shit, nothing. I ain't do nothing. I didn't change a day. I'm not even finna sit up here and lie to you. I did not change a thing this week. Now, moving forward, what do I want to do in the weeks ahead or in a week ahead to elevate my life? I do want to get back in the gym. I do. I kind of miss being in the gym, but it is just that initial getting my behind there and working out. I mean, I gotta speak to my baby's father. I'm not saying like, oh, I gotta speak to him to get the go ahead, but he does pick up our child and he does have her um while I am at work in the afternoon. So I need to get with him and speak to him and let him know, okay, I'm gonna start back working out. You may have to stay with our baby a little bit longer, which I'm pretty sure he doesn't mind because he already stated before that he don't. I just need to let him know. I'm trying to be mature, y'all. I'm really trying to be mature. Even though a lot of times this whole co-parenting thing, it is quite ghetto. It is it is very ghetto. But I'm trying to be mature about the situation and trying to have great co-parenting between him and I. But yeah, that's what I want to do moving forward is get back in the gym. Oh, I lied. I have started kind of like eating a lot better. But I think I told y'all this 2 weeks ago. I started adding in a lot more fruit in my diet, started drinking chlorophyll. I increased my water intake, so that's a plus. So now it's to the point where I started meal prepping, and I started meal prepping so I could stop spending so much money at work. I realize when I'm at work, I spend a lot of money. And when I'm not at work, I spend even more money. And it's like, sweetie, you steady hollering about, oh, you want to get your finances together. How do you expect to get your finances together if you steady spending money? So I started meal prepping. I did. And I started meal prepping healthy things. So, and then when I get home from work, I get home usually like 7 o'clock. I don't eat anything. Yes, I'll drink water, but I'm not eating anything. So now it's to a point where it's like I am in like this fasting period. Mm. And the fasting, technically me being in like this fasting period is really not bad. Cause I could sleep a lot better. I have noticed when I sleep on food, baby, I be hot. And I already know why I be so high. It's because like my sugar levels is like really high. And now my body is just trying to regulate my sugar. And I don't have time for that because I don't like to be hot and sweating in my sleep. It's ghetto. So yeah, that's kind of like what I have implemented in my life as of these last 2 weeks. Now, the song of the week. I really don't have a song of the week, but I do have a movie. Y'all, I have finally seen Mufasa. And I really like it. I really, really like it. Now it's to a point where, for the spiritual people, Disney movies, like if you really sit down and pay attention to it, like they have a lot of hidden messages within these movies. And it talks about like pretty much generational curses, like how people are brought up, and how, like, of course, how you was brought up affect your life now. And it's just like it just be speaking to me. But like Mufasa, oh my gosh, I love that movie. Like when I first started watching it, I really couldn't get into it. But when I finally like sat down and really watched it, I really enjoyed it. I literally watched it like maybe after the day that I really sat down and watched it, 3 days for the next 3 days after that, I was watching that movie like every single day. So yeah, if you haven't seen Mufasa, I highly advise for y'all to watch it because I really enjoyed it. But yeah, even though I enjoy it, that doesn't necessarily mean that you will. So you do what you will with that information. Okay? Okay. Do I have anything else that I would like to share with you guys? I don't think so. So y'all already know. That concludes our therapy session for this week. Thank you guys for all the love, the support that y'all have been giving me. And please don't hesitate to keep it coming. On the other hand, please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. I will absolutely, positively see you guys on another episode of I'm My Feelings. Let me go ahead and take y'all out. Ta-da!